Imagine a palace where a single glance could change destiny. Place where beauty was a weapon, loyalty was a luxury, and love, the most dangerous game of all. Inside the gilded walls of Topkapi Palace, two women stood on opposite ends of fate. Hurrem Sultan, the fiery, ambitious favorite of the Sultan. Firuze Hatun, the mysterious beauty whose arrival shook the empire. Their rivalry ignited one of the most unforgettable battles of the Ottoman court, the battle for the heart of Suleiman the Magnificent. But what was real and what was fiction? Today, we uncover the truth behind the rivalry that defined a generation. Welcome back to the channel. If you love Ottoman history, powerful sultanas, and dramatic untold stories, you're in the right place. This story is filled with tension, betrayal, forbidden love, and a shocking twist history rarely talks about. Now, let's step into the harem. Before Firuze ever stepped foot into the palace, Hurrem Sultan ruled the harem with a power no concubine had ever held before. Brought from Ruthenia as a young slave named Roxolana, Hurrem rose higher than anyone expected because of her beauty, but also because of her extraordinary intelligence. She was charming, strategic, and she had something no other woman had: Suleiman's devotion. He didn't hide it. He didn't pretend she was replaceable, and that threatened the foundations of palace tradition. Mahidevran, the mother of Suleiman's eldest son Mustafa, had already lost influence. Valide Hafsa Sultan tolerated Hurrem, but even she knew that this young woman wielded dangerous charm. Hurrem understood one thing better than anyone. In the Ottoman Empire, love could be a throne, and she guarded it fiercely. But then came the storm. In Magnificent Century, Firuze appears almost like a ghost, a mesmerizing beauty of Persian origin. Delicate voice, poetry in her words, mystery in her eyes. In the series, she is introduced after a shipwreck, rescued by the Ottoman fleet, and brought to the palace to heal. But from the moment she enters the harem, something changes. Whispers spread. Jealous eyes follow her. The camera in the series focuses on the small things. Suleiman pausing when she recites Persian poetry. A gentle smile when she plays the oud. Firuze's calmness contrasted with Hurrem's fiery dominance. With one soft melody, one meaningful glance, Firuze begins to shift the balance of power. The message is clear. Hurrem is no longer alone in Suleiman's heart. Now let's step away from the drama and into history. Did a woman named Firuze Hatun actually exist? Historians debate this intensely. There is no strong evidence of a concubine by that exact name who rivaled Hurrem. But there were Persian concubines in Suleiman's harem. And there were women the Valide Sultan favored to challenge Hurrem's influence. The creators of Magnificent Century likely built Firuze from a combination of historical rumors, unnamed concubines, and poetic legends of the time. But whether she was real or fictional, her purpose is clear. Firuze represents every woman who threatened Hurrem's position. In other words, she is the embodiment of palace intrigue, and the danger she symbolized was very, very real. Suleiman may have been the emperor of half the world, but in matters of the heart, he was surrounded by storms. Firuze touched something Suleiman treasured deeply: art, poetry, spirituality. In Magnificent Century, she recites verses from Rumi and Hafez, poetry that aligned with Suleiman's soul. Hurrem, on the other hand, offered passion, intelligence, partnership, political vision. Two different worlds pulling at one man. For Suleiman, Firuze was like a peaceful breeze, but Hurrem was the fire that matched his own, and fire always demands attention. Hurrem was never a woman to stand still and watch her world crumble. The moment she sensed danger, she acted with precision. In the series, she investigates Firuze's past. Servants vanish, letters disappear, suspicion grows. Hurrem discovers a shocking secret. Firuze is allegedly connected to Persia, a potential enemy of the Ottoman Empire. If true, it's not just jealousy, it's treason. Now the stakes are higher than love. Hurrem's strategy unfolds like a chess game. She exposes Firuze's origins. She warns Suleiman of betrayal. She uses fear, politics, and truth, or sometimes half-truths, to protect her throne. In Magnificent Century, this leads to one of the most iconic confrontations in the harem. Hurrem standing face to face with Firuze, saying, "You entered this palace barefoot, you will leave it the same way." Message is clear. Hurrem allowed no rivals. Firuze's downfall is as dramatic as her rise. In the series, she is exposed, humiliated, and ultimately removed from the palace. Some versions imply she is sent away. Others hint at a darker ending. Historically, concubines who lost the favor of the Sultan were sent to distant palaces or married off. But the message is clear. Hurrem wins. Not through beauty, not through innocence, but through strategy, intelligence, and unshakable determination. After Firuze is gone, Hurrem's power becomes absolute. She confirms herself as only legal wife of a reigning Ottoman sultan, a title no concubine in centuries had held. Firuze's story ends, but Hurrem's is only beginning. So what does this rivalry tell us? First, the harem was not a place of luxury, it was a political battlefield. Second, love was never simple in the Ottoman palace. It came with consequences, alliances, enemies, wars. And third, Hurrem Sultan was one of the most powerful women in world history because she understood both love and power. Firuze, real or fictional, reminds us of the women whose stories were never written down. The silent rivals, the forgotten favorites, the shadows behind the throne. Their influence may be lost, but their impact shaped the world we know today.